Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here with you again. Today we're going to have a look at what are my own personal top 5 favorite guitar riffs in rock and roll history. One from the 60s, 3 from the 70s, and 1 from the 80s. Now I don't think that'll come as much of a surprise to anyone if you know me. Now I think it goes without saying that it was incredibly difficult to narrow my picks down to just 5 out of the thousands and thousands of fantastic guitar riffs put down over the years. But in the end, I think I'm happy and content with my overall final picks. These being the ones that catch and or caught my ear just a little bit more strongly than all the others. They're also, every single last one of them, great fun to play, which in and of itself goes a long way towards why I chose these particular riffs for my own personal top 5. Their fun factor, if you will. And with that said, let's not waste any more time here chit-chatting and get started with my pick at number 5. So then, my number 5 favorite guitar riff of all time is a riff that actually kicks off acoustically on a dobro style resonator guitar before the electrics eventually join in the fun after the first few bars. That being the studio version of the track from 1969. However, it's the live version of this cut wherein it's all electric guitars, being the one that has truly stood the test of time, as it's far and away the most viewed and listened to version of the track on YouTube and whatnot. This is my number 5 favorite guitar riff, the influential and much copied opening riff to Oh Well by Peter Green and Fleetwood Mac. Alright then, at the risk of being just a little bit clickbaity here, number 4 may surprise you. Now, I did a tutorial for this one a while back that nobody watched, but if you know me and have followed my channel for a while, I've given no other indication that I'm a fan of this band or of this guitar player in particular. However, know that I certainly am a fan and have been since the 80s. That band is the Smiths. That guitar player that I speak of is the great Johnny Marr, and the riff by the Smiths that I chose as my number 4 pick is the jangly, super catchy, tricky, but fun to play riff to This Charming Man from 1984. Let's check it out. Alright then, number 3 on my list is one of the sleaziest and in my opinion one of the most awesome guitar riffs ever composed. And it's by Keith Richards and the Rolling Stones. Played in open G tuning, this riff is widely considered to be Keith's best overall guitar riff, and I couldn't agree more with that assessment. This is the raunchy as all heck and legendary opening riff to Can't You Hear Me Knockin', Keith Richards and the Rolling Stones as my pick at number 3. Right then, on to number 2. My number 2 pick is from the man himself, one of the greatest guitar players to ever strap on the instrument, the mighty Eddie Van Halen. Now, narrowing down the numerous fantastic riffs this guy put down over the years to just one favorite was certainly no easy task, but this riff from the band's debut album has always been a standout riff as far as I'm concerned, and easily one of his best. A bit of a chore to play as well. This is the absolutely killer opening riff to I'm the One from the late, great Eddie Van Halen. So then, my number one favorite guitar riff of all time. Now, if you've followed my channel over the years, you'll know exactly what riff this is going to be, as I've mentioned it any number of times as being my overall favorite guitar riff. It's also by one of my very favorite personalities in the history of rock and roll music, one Mr. Joe Walsh. Now, this one's a bit of a puzzle to me as far as well-known and popular guitar riffs go. Some lists that you'll find out there on the internet will have it placed quite high in their rankings, maybe even top 5, while many others, surprisingly, will leave it off completely. Can't seem to figure that one out for the life of me. That said, I'm placing it at number 1 because it's always been my favorite guitar riff and will likely stay that way until the day I die. This is Joe Walsh, James Gang, and the opening riff to Funk number 49. Well, there you have it, my top 5 favorite guitar riffs of all time. Just mine, by no means an objective list of the top 5 greatest guitar riffs. Hell, Guitar World magazine did a top 50 list of the greatest guitar riffs of all time, and not a single one of my picks were on it. Personally, I find that a little bit baffling, to tell the truth. These are some amazing guitar riffs. Regardless, certainly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind and kind of helpful to the growth of my channel. And as always, hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.